Hello and most welcome to 1630 of the series. We will continue with the inner-outer picture, and we're presently at chapter 7, the mind, the brain and the soul. It's getting more and more interesting here. We shall conclude by considering Freud, whose work seems, I continue where I left off, page 202. And it's at the very end of the first page, well, of page 202. We shall conclude by considering Freud, whose work seems to pose a particular challenge to Wittgenstein's account. For it seems to refute our current psychological concepts and also to present a scientific but substantive view of what human life is really about. Let us begin, however, by considering the idea that Wittgenstein is in some sense denying the existence of the inner. Here talk of existence is already a sign of confusion. For this suggests that what is at stake is whether a particular thing or object exists, whereas the real issue is that the significance of a particular concept or group of concepts that we use the concept of the inner, wonder what's going on inside someone's head, talk of innermost thoughts and feelings, etc. cannot be denied. What needs to be clarified is the particular grammar of this type of concept. The exact philosophical terminology we use to clarify the inner is not important. As Wittgenstein said elsewhere, say what you choose, so long as it does not prevent you from seeing the facts. What does matter, however, is clarity. For the for the difficulty is that we misinterpret our own concepts. To illustrate this point, consider a variant of tennis, which Wittgenstein called inner tennis. This game is identical to ordinary tennis, except that the players have to form certain images while they play. This imposes a new demand on them, and it might be objected that it is one that is too easily eluded, since only the individual herself can say whether she is following the rules. Let us suppose, however, that all the players are totally honest. The important question is the status of the inner move. What sort of move is the inner move of the game? What does it consist in? In this, that, according to the rule, he forms an image of. But might it not also be said, we do not know what kind of inner move of the game he performs according to the rule? We only know its manifestations. The inner move of the game is an X, whose nature we do not know. Or again, here too there are only external moves of the game. The communication of the rule and what is called the manifestation of the inner process. Here we have three descriptions of the move, all of which Wittgenstein accepts as possible. One person compares the inner move to a move in an ordinary sense. Another stresses the differences and rejects this comparison. There are only external moves, while the third compares it to an action which happens in secret and which no one but the agent herself knows. The inner move is an X. The issue, however, is not which of these descriptions is accurate. For X hypotheses, they all describe the same reality. Rather, what matters is that we are not misled, and that we see the dangers of the expression inner move of the game. It is dangerous because it produces confusion. As this illustration shows, Wittgenstein's aim is neither to affirm nor to deny the inner, but simply to clarify the precise nature of the concepts it involves. Despite this, one could still argue that his approach is inherently rationalistic